Hello there, how lovely to see you. My name's Richard Osman. Welcome to House of Games Night. It's like the normal House of Games. We do it normally at 6 o'clock on BBC Two, and for some reason, I assume some sort of administrative oversight, some error, they put us on prime time on BBC One. I think maybe they thought I was Richard Hammond. Maybe that's what's happened. I'm joined by 4 famous faces across 5 shows. They're going to be playing a series of rounds. Every time I press this buzzer, a new round will come up. I never know what it's going to be. They never know what it's going to be. And at the end of those 5 shows, one of them will be walking away with this wonderful trophy. So, let's meet our players. They are Jennifer Saunders, Jermaine Jenas, Roisin Conaty, and Jason Manford. Wow. Welcome, everybody. Jennifer Saunders, how lovely to have you here.
It's an absolute thrill.
Are you a big quizzer?
Sort of. I think I'm better than I am.
I thought you were going to say, I think I'm better than Jermaine.
No.
I thought she was going to say 8.
No, I could be. Oh, no, I don't think I'm better than 8.
No, so, yeah, we've had your husband, Ed Edmondson, on. We've had your daughter, BT, on as well. They were on the 6 o'clock one. You waited till prime time. You're like,
yes.
Oh, prime time, yeah.
I
Jennifer
win.
Saunders. Yeah, I think so. Jennifer, lovely to have you here.
My pleasure.
Jermaine, now, whenever we have sports people on, very competitive. Are you a competitive man?
Yeah, usually competitive.
Yeah.
A little bit out of my kind of comfort zone, I would say.
Great,
with this
perfect.
game. But the silverware looks nice at the Spurs.
I don't know if you've ever seen a trophy, Jermaine, but...
Move on, Richard,
and
thank you.
It's very possible by the end of the series you still may not have seen some silverware. But listen, who knows? Roisin, how lovely to have you here. Now, at the end of the run, someone gets this trophy, we know that. But at the end of each show, there's also a prize.
Oh.
OK.
Oh.
Would you like to take a look at today's prizes?
Yeah.
If you were to win, you get to choose one of these. There is the House of Games onesie, there's the cushion, there's sparkling wine, I say wine, there's the dartboard, and there's the House of Games teapot. That's a new one on me. What do you think you would go for if you were to win?
The onesie, 100%.
You're going onesie?
I've got a cushion with your face on already.
Who hasn't? Jason, how lovely to have you here.
Nice to be here.
What would you go for, mate?
Well, I think the teapot, I quite like the teapot from the look of it, actually.
OK, interesting. Now, Jason and Roisin, stand-up comedians, historically do very, very well on this show.
Oh.
Just to one. Not saying that's going to happen this time, but who knows. Now, shall we get on and play? Shall we play House of Games, Jennifer?
Yes,
sure,
let's
you happy?
play. Yep.
Coiled like a spring?
Hardly.
Well, just the way you're sitting. Let's play, shall we? Our first round on the very first primetime House of Games is...
The pressure.
Rhyme time. I'm going to ask you 2 questions at a time. The answers rhyme with each other. So fingers on buzzers, everybody. Here are your first 2 questions. Children's TV show with Big Bird and Elmo. And what Theresa May naughtily ran through as a child. Yes, Roisin.
Sesame Street, Fields of Wheat.
Sesame Street Fields of Wheat. Well done, Roisin. Next question. A dive where the person hits the water horizontally, and the first German manager to win the Premier League. Yes, Jennifer.
Belly flop, Jurgen Klopp.
Belly flop, Jurgen Klopp.
Very good.
Well played, Jennifer. Look how upset Jermaine was with that as well.
That was my only one.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I need to get my eye in. Good, this is on my speciality.
Oh, I got a point. That's just such a relief.
Next question. Who is this? And how Maria feels in the title of a West Side Story song? Jason.
Chris Whitty, I Feel Pretty.
Chris Whitty, I Feel Pretty? Very well done, that's absolutely right. Chris Whitty, I Feel Pretty. Next question. 1967 film starring Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway as a pair of fugitives. And reality TV show where the groom plans his wedding alone. Yes, Roisin.
Bonnie and Clyde, Don't Tell the Bride.
Oh, nicely played. Bonnie and Clyde, Don't Tell the Bride.
Very good.
Next question. Who is this? And what is this? Jermaine.
Chris Kamara, spaghetti carbonara.
Is that correct? Well done, Jermaine. And that's nice. Everybody's off the mark. That's the way I like it. Here's your next question. UK motorway that connects London and South Wales. And what is the title of this song?
I'll have to play.
Yes, Jason.
M4, Murder on the Dance Floor.
So M4, Murder on the Dance Floor. Well played, Jason. Nicely done. Final question in this round. French phrase meaning accomplished fact, and 1968 children's book by Judith Carr. Jennifer.
Fait accompli, the tiger who came to tea.
Oh, what a lovely way to end the round, Jennifer Saunders. Nicely played. Fait accompli, the tiger who came to tea. It's the end of our first round. Let's take a look at our first leaderboard, shall we? Here's how we're standing. Everybody off the mark. Jermaine, you have 1 point. Could not be closer. Jennifer, Roisin and Jason, all with 2 points each. Very nicely done. Let's get straight on, shall we, and play round 2, which is... Distinctly average. This is a pairs game. Jermaine, the person in last place, gets to choose their partner. You are by 1 point. Who would you like to play this round with?
I will do with Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I think so, don't you?
Yeah,
I mean, no disrespect to either of you, but come on.
Well, it means we don't have to move.
Yeah,
Roisin and Jason, you're a team. Jermaine and Jennifer, you're a team as well. I wonder if you could take out your tablets for me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You need to write down an answer for me. It'll be an estimate, and I will take the average of each pair's answers as their answer, OK? And whichever pair is closest wins themselves a point. So have a go at this at home, or team up with someone as well. If you want, you can take your average. And let's take a look at our first question. How many people will the average man kiss before meeting the one?
Average man.
And kiss as well.
Kiss means snog.
It's quite
I
romantic.
guess so,
From ever
yeah.
snog.
And this is like from school and just all the way
I guess
meeting the one.
Yeah, I guess so. No one wants to give away too much about themselves, do they?
Yeah.
So, hold on, I just want to check what you mean exactly by... and this is a poll of men who say they have met the one.
This is very
This is...
difficult.
this is.
low.
You
So
know
it's
what?
just guesswork, isn't it?
Everyone
So-
at home as well, I know this is an awkward question for you. There's no judgment, right? We don't... Well, listen, we'll just look at the answer and move on. OK, it's what we'll do.
OK.
And the same at home. Let's just...
That's a lie, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
It's another setup.
If you write 950, Jermaine...
Listen, I would never write that.
I think I've gone quite low, but I'm going low because I think you might go higher.
No.
You're thinking, I'm sitting next to a footballer.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to go low.
He's going to have a different experience in life.
What do you think at home on this one? It's a tricky one, isn't it? Especially if you're in company.
No, I think I've gone too low. No, I'm going to stick with it.
And we're not meaning like kissing aunties at weddings. It's
No,
my
because
assumption.
that's...
Unless it's a full snog.
Then
that does count.
Sometimes I forget your upbringing, Jason. Yes, you're absolutely right.
It's locked in now.
OK, everyone is in. What do you think at home with this one? Roisin, what was your thinking?
12.
12? That was your thinking, OK.
Do you think that's too many?
No, I like the way that you just went straight in with it.
Well, I think it's how many they'll admit to. So I think people count their girlfriend, they'll count their girlfriends or boyfriends.
Yeah.
And then they'll forget some of the sort of drunken snogs.
Yeah,
I think it'll be like how they remember it rather than what they
Yeah,
did.
and a number that doesn't sound too low but doesn't sound too high. So Roisin goes with 12 and a lovely drawing.
Lips.
Jason, now, hereby hangs a tale. I wonder if you've gone up or down from 12.
I've gone down. I've gone 6.
Six?
Well, my thing...
Jason, we're all looking forward to the
This
reasoning.
is my reasoning. The sort of chap who would describe someone as the one
Yeah.
is quite a romantic person, quite a person who is loyal, so probably has quite, you know, less girlfriends than somebody who's not bothered.
Okay.
That was the reason. It
God.
seems quite romantic
Yeah.
to describe somebody as the one, you know, like
Yes,
me and my
okay.
wife sometimes, you know, she said to me before now, she's like, you know, you're my best friend, and I say, well, mine's Steve. You know, so not everybody is with... What if you're with the one and you're not their one? Like, it's a nightmare.
And
So
Steve,
6.
And Steve, of course, is one of the 6. We know that as well. So your average, Roisin and Jason, I can work out. And it's 9. Jennifer, what was your thinking?
How many do people want to admit to or can remember, to be
Yes.
honest?
Yeah.
So I went with 20.
20.
Yeah.
And Jermaine, happy with that 20?
I really did get this wrong.
I think 20 is a good number. I've gone higher. I've gone 50.
50, says
OK,
Jermaine.
I think we've got this.
Okay. Oh,
got
you
this
think
right.
he's gone too high, Jason?
I think
I think with the average, I think we're at a good number.
I think he's overshot. So your average is 35. So Roisin and Jason have said 9. Jennifer and Jermaine says 35. What do you think at home? What number have you got? Sorry if there was awkward conversations. I do apologise. Let's take a look, shall we? How many people would the average man kiss before meeting the one? And which team has got the point? 16. Roisin and Jason get the point.
Closest.
You were close. You and Jennifer, just 4 out either side. 16.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone comes out of that OK, don't they? 16?
I
Yeah,
reckon.
I think so. Here's your next question. How many physical books does the average British adult own? This is according to an Ofcom report.
Average.
The good people at Ofcom. What do you think at home on this one? Interesting one, this, isn't it? Jennifer, what's your thinking and what's your answer?
Some people have hundreds and hundreds, and some people have none. So I thought 150.
Jermaine, going up or down from 150?
I'm going to go down.
OK.
Hang on a minute.
Have you taken a look at
I
Roisin?
just saw Roisin try to add a 1.
And then nothing happened.
Very much looking
like
forward to
that.
your answer, Roisin. Jermaine?
I've gone with 50.
50. But this is great for me because I can work out the average really easily.
pretty
there.
easy.
Yeah, average is 100.
OK.
That kind of sounds...
That's like a good number.
About right?
Yeah.
Average?
So, Roisin, you were attempting to change your answer. I wonder if you could talk me
I
through...
think a lot of people don't have a lot. I think we have a lot of audiobooks, and I think a lot of people don't have any books in their house.
Yeah.
And I've said 25.
25 and a lovely drawing. So
Well,
thanks
nice
for that.
drawing.
Couldn't it?
Jason, you gone up from that? I assume you
I
have.
have gone up, yes. I've gone with 73.
73
Yeah.
is yours. So your average, Jason and Roisin, is 49. So
Seem low now, doesn't
almost exactly half. What do you think at home? Who are you closest to there, and what's your answer? Let's find out, shall we? How many books does the average British adult own, and which team has got the point? 86. Jennifer and Jermaine, you got yourself a point. Very well done. Final question in this round. I wonder if you could give me an answer to this, please. Set in 2007, what is the world record for the most cartwheels done in 1 hour? Ah, I knew this would come up.
And is it like in a straight run? They just have like a long empty road.
Oh,
and they just-
continuously.
They don't have to reset. They just
Like
go
down a
in.
runway at Heathrow.
A cartwheel runway.
Jermaine, what are you thinking?
I've gone with 500.
500.
I
So
think
that's
it's
like,
quite respectable, but I actually think it's higher than that.
it might be. So like 8 or 9 a minute. OK, Jennifer, you're going up or down from that?
4 million. No, I didn't. I thought roughly about 10 a minute. Yeah, then have a bit of a rest. So I went for 425.
425, so very close. So your average is 462 and a half. Let's break down at the end there. 462 and a half. You two are sharing a look that says you have
That's when the
divergent
legs don't
views.
go right over.
I think
On the
I think
answer.
I might have gone far too high.
OK,
Thank
well,
God, because
well
I've
then
gone far too low.
I will start with Roisin
they're
then.
probably-
Okay, maybe
Roisin, what are you
work
saying?
each other out.
I went with 188.
188. So like 3 a minute.
Yeah, I just thought, keep it cool, you know.
Oh, yeah. I don't... Do 3. That's like 10 seconds. Have a rest.
It's ridiculously low.
It's quite low, but if Jason thinks he's gone high, it might work out perfectly. So, Jason, what's your thinking?
2,400.
OK, so that's 40 a minute.
I'm just thinking that the
40
constant,
minutes for an
like if
hour.
the, you know, it's only an hour, isn't it? And then you can go
Yeah.
to bed. I think it's high, but maybe I think I might have gone too high.
I bet it's high.
Your average is 1,294.
I think
I
that's
think
good.
that could be right.
So, what is the world record for most cartwheels done in an hour, and who has won the points? 1,714.
Well done.
One every 2 seconds, essentially. Congratulations.
Amazing.
Very well done. Tap this away, please. That's the end of that round. Let's take a look at our scores. We are 2 rounds into our first show. And it's very, very close. Jermaine, you got 2 points. Jennifer, you have 3. Roisin and Jason, 4 points each. Well done. Who's going to be our first primetime champion? I wonder. Our next round is... Don't Cry For Me, Guatemala. Now, for this round, I need a little bit of help from our house band. So please welcome them, my house band. I mean, it's prime time. That's show business.
Wow.
You see exactly what
This is
happened there.
variety.
Welcome, everybody. Lovely to have you here. They're going to help us with the game. Before the show, you were all asked some general knowledge questions, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what I didn't tell you was that by giving correct answers, you would be completing the lyrics to famous songs, which my house band are going to play now, OK? If you gave incorrect answers, you will not be completing those famous lyrics. You will get a point for every single one you get right. The first thing we asked you before the show was this. In terms of passenger entries and exits, what is the busiest railway station in Britain? I'm aware you're all thinking, hold on a minute, did I give an answer that's also a famous song? We're about to find out because it completes this lyric.
The history book on the shelf is always repeating itself.
King's Cross.
I was defeated, you won the war. Oh,
Victoria.
promise to love you forevermore.
King's Cross.
Couldn't escape if I wanted to.
Waterloo?
Very good,
Beautiful.
very good.
Well done. Waterloo is the answer. Jennifer gets a point. Well done if you got a point at home. Now, here's your next question. According to Guinness World Records, which TV game show has broadcast the most series? OK? You each gave me an answer. We're going to see your answers now and see if they complete the lyrics to this famous song. Good luck.
It's the final.
Family Fortunes.
It's the final.
Countdown.
It's the final.
The Chase.
It's the final.
Countdown.
A point to Jennifer and a point to Roisin. Turns out you're a genius at this, Jennifer. Countdown, the answer to that question. Well done if you got that at home, by the way. The final thing we asked you was this. Which is the most malleable metal? Which is the most
think I got this
malleable
wrong.
metal? What do you think at home? What do you think the answer is? Let's see if anyone has scored a point.
But I'm proud of you, yes, I'm proud of you. Nothing left to make me feel small. Luck has left me standing so tall, so tall. You are,
Lead?
you're indestructible. Always believing. You are,
Copper.
you're indestructible. Always believing. You are.
Gold.
You're indestructible, always believing you are.
Gold.
Jason, well done. You. Congratulations, Jason and Roisin. Well done. And congratulations and many thanks to our bands. Very well played, everyone. Shall we take a little look at our scoreboard after that? Here's how we're looking. Jermaine, you have 2 points. Jason and Jennifer, you have 5 points each. Roisin, our leader, with 6 points.
Wow.
Well played.
Your leader indeed.
You're wearing the mantle so well,
Thank
might I say,
you.
as well. Let's see during the next round if you can keep that lead. 2 rounds to go. Our next one is... Where is Kazakhstan? I wonder if you could take your tablets out, please. I'm going to put a map on your tablets for you, and here's the map you're going to see. A map of the United States of America. Now, what I'm going to do is ask you to find me a series of things on that map, and whoever is closest will get themselves a point. First thing I would like you to find is this. The United States Bullion Depository, also known as Fort Knox. So we've all heard of Fort Knox, but where is Fort Knox? What do you think at home on this one? Have a little point at your screen. Where do you think Fort Knox is? So, Jennifer, do you know the answer to
I
this?
don't know, but I sort of thought it might be Texas.
Let's see where Jennifer is. Yeah, you're in Texas. Absolutely right. Jermaine, any idea on this one?
No, none whatsoever. I was just thinking where's the safest place for it.
That's a really good idea. Because that's where you keep it, right?
Anything around borders or water,
Yeah.
you can get in and get out. So I'd be thinking a bit more central.
So let's see where Jermaine is. No, Missouri-ish.
Missouri.
OK.
Roisin, what was your thinking here?
Texas.
You thought, do you know that or you think that?
I think I know that, unless I'm wrong, and then I don't know it.
Let's take a look at where Roisin is. Texas as well. Next to Jennifer. Jason, what were you thinking?
I think I got Fort Knox mixed up with Alcatraz.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think I put it where I thought Alcatraz was,
Let's
but
see where
hey ho.
Jason is. Yeah, that's sort of LA. Shall we find out where Fort Knox is and who has won the point?
Oh.
It's in Kentucky. Jermaine, you get the point.
Whoa! Logical thinking sometimes.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
right.
Kentucky is the answer. And that's where Kentucky is. Jermaine Jenas gets himself a point. Well played, Jermaine.
Wow.
Here is your next question. I wonder if you can find me this. The capital of the state that comes last alphabetically.
I think it's that one.
OK.
Oh, I've got it wrong.
Oh, OK, interesting. Well, we'll come to you in a moment. Jermaine, did you know the answer to this?
I went with Washington.
Begins with a W.
I don't know if Washington's
towards the end of the
there,
alphabet. That is sort of Nebraska.
Nebraska.
But it may well be near the last state. Roisin, any idea on this one?
I said Wisconsin,
Interesting.
but I think I might have just put an X anywhere.
OK, that's usually what this round is, to be fair. Let's see where Roisin's X is.
Well,
I'll tell you where that is in a bit. Jason, what were you thinking the answer was?
I thought it was Wyoming.
Oh, we're all going further down the alphabet
yes.
each time.
Yeah. But I don't know where that is.
Oh, OK, interesting. So
other
let's see
than
where you've gone.
in the middle.
I'm in Wyoming, aren't I?
That is Colorado.
Oh,
And Roisin thinks she's in Wyoming. So that'd be a stroke of luck if you are, wouldn't it?
wouldn't it
We'll
just?
find out in a mo. Jennifer, what were you thinking?
well, I thought Wisconsin. I know where Wisconsin is, but I think Wyoming is after it alphabetically.
I think it is as well.
Oh, damn it.
Let's take a look where Jennifer is. Wisconsin. The answer is Wyoming.
I'm
Let's
in it.
find out where is
Oh, look how close I
the capital of Wyoming.
Why
You
not?
are in
Oh,
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Say in Wyoming. I'm going to give you both the point, though, because, Jason, you're in the wrong state, but you're actually nearer. But I'm
I
not
was
going to
just-
not give Roisin the
Yeah,
point.
No, that's fair.
Wyoming.
She's in the right state.
Wyoming.
So well done.
So annoying.
Final question in this round. I wonder if you could find me the following. The house where Kevin lives in the 1990 film Home Alone. Don't know if I
seen it.
know that.
I don't think I know that.
Do you know that
What?
one at home?
Is the city? I thought it's not New York, is it?
It's
No, because that's where they go on holiday.
They
It might
go
be.
to,
Yeah.
and they fly there. It's not. It's like the middle ones, isn't it?
Have a little point at the screen at home if you think you know this one. Roisin, what was your thinking and where have you gone?
I thought it was snowy. It felt like it wasn't near water, even though I have chosen somewhere near water.
OK. You're in Minnesota. Jason, what was your thinking?
Did they go to France or something on the first one? So they need like an international airport. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Peter.
So
This is like watching Sherlock. This is like if Sherlock was from Manchester. Let's take a look at where Jason is. Illinois? So, Jennifer, where have you gone?
I sort of went for sort of San Diego
OK.
down there.
Let's see where Jennifer
But
is.
I'd forgotten about the snow.
It is San Diego. Famous, where they had the Winter Olympics in 1956.
Did they?
No.
Oh, damn you.
Sorry. Jermaine, any idea on this one?
I was thinking Chicago. I didn't have a clue where Chicago was.
OK.
I was just knew it was East Coast somewhere.
In Georgia.
Probably not
So,
Georgia.
Georgia, Illinois, Minnesota, and California. Let's take a look, shall we? Where did Kevin live in the 1990 film Home Alone? Who's won the point? Jason,
It is
well
Chicago.
done, well done. Winnetka, Illinois, just north of Chicago. Nicely played. That's the final point of that round. We are one round away from finding our first champion. Here's your final leaderboard before we play Answer Smash. It is really close stuff at the top. Jermaine, you got 3. Jennifer, just 2 points off the lead with 5. Joint leaders, our 2 comics on the end there, Roisin and Jason, 7 points each. Our final round is always the same, and it's always... Answer smash. Fingers on buzzers, please. Point for a correct answer. Don't forget, in answer smash, it's the one time you can lose a point for an incorrect answer.
Oh.
OK?
No.
Harsh.
Any one of you can still win this. Your first category is... British comedians. Those will be the pictures, so there'll be a clue above, there'll be a British comedian. Please smash them together, and I wish all of you the very best of luck. Which long-running BBC children's TV series shares its name with a naval signal flag? Yes, Jennifer.
Blue Peter Kay.
Blue Peter Kay. First point goes to Jennifer. Well done. Blue Peter and Peter Kay becomes Blue Peter Kay. Next one. The title of which 2020 film starring Sean Hayes is also a phrase meaning a revolving tray for serving food? Yes, Jason.
Lazy Susan Calman.
Lazy Susan
Yes.
Calman? It's the right answer. Well done. Here's your next one. Next clue, next comedian. What is the nonsense title of the song by the Crystals that reached the UK top 20 in both 1963 and 1974? Yes, Jennifer.
Do Ronnie Corbett.
To do Ronnie Corbett. Jennifer Saunders with a late charge. Well played. Your next category is food and drink. So those will be the pictures. There'll be a clue above. Smash it into the food and drink below, please. Which pair of children's TV presenters hosted a show from In the Bungalow from 2002 until 2006? Yes, Jason.
Dick and Domlett.
Dick and
Oh,
Domlett?
I thought it was a half a
Is
pizza.
right. Well played, Jason. Dick and Domlett. Quite fun to say as well. Here's your next one. Since 1896, Fulham FC have played their home games at which stadium? Yes, Jermaine.
Craven Cottage Pie.
I'm glad you got it. Well done, Jermaine. Craven Cottage Pie. Craven Cottage Pie. Next category is... We're done. We're done for our
didn't get
first
one
show.
of
We are done.
Hard, them.
We got 5 weeks of quizzing. OK, this is our first week. We're about to give away our first prize, about to find our first champion. Our winner of this week's House of Games is... Jason Manford by 2 points. Well played, Jason.
Thank you.
Congratulations. How about that?
Feels good.
Yeah,
Feels
I
good.
bet it does.
Just to get one and then, you know, it don't matter then, does it?
Oh, yeah, you're just going to relax the rest of the series. Yeah, we know that. Jason, you won yourself a prize. So which of these would you like to be taken home with you?
I think I'll take the dartboard, actually.
Jason Manford wins the House of Games dartboard. Congratulations, Jason. Let's take a look at our first leaderboard. This goes across the whole series, all 5 episodes. These are the points you'll be taking into the next show. Jason taking through the maximum of 4. Jennifer and Roisin, you have 3 points each. Jermaine at the bottom there with 1. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. How about we do the same thing next time? OK, look forward to that ever so much. See you as well next time on the House of Games.
Feels wrong to throw darts at Richard's face, but I'll manage.